Biohazard warning. Entering contaminated zone. Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted.
What's going on, agents? Your boy Sly here with your weekly weapon reset guide. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the vendors with me this Friday evening. Now, in light of all the changes coming to the division next week, I want to just say that while SMGs are getting a slight reduction, the group as a whole will still be the top dog weapon for PvP and PvE situations. It's going to be a great all-in-one just like it is now, and if you spec correctly, this could even be opened up as a buff. Remember, critical hit damage doesn't have a cap to my knowledge, and I've heard speculation of 200%, but no one can really get that high. Regardless of the initial reaction, rest assured that while this might hit the Vector a little harder than the rest, the AUG and a few others will still be coming out on top. Now, I plan to make a weapons video tomorrow on all my predictions about the new top weapons in 1.3, so definitely look forward to that. Well, besides that, I hope everyone's Friday is off to a fan-freaking-tastic start, guys. So let's hop upstairs in the weapons vendor and check out the base of operations first. Now, at first glance, I didn't even think that anything actually changed, but it definitely did, and pretty much for the better. Alright, well, let's take a look. And I know you guys see it right there at the bottom. It's an AR that has been set in the sights of AR buffs for a very long time. I'll get to that, but let's briefly check everything out first, including the gear sets and 204 armor. Alright, first up, we have everyone's favorite named M1A, the Historian. Next, a Tactical Vector 45 ACP that is a little better than last week's. And following that, a lightweight M4 has finally made its arrival. Finally, guys, this is a weapon to watch out for in 1.3. I did have a 182 drop a month or so back, and it had decent perks on it, and it totally took me by surprise. Modded with extra rate of fire, it is an absolute beast, but it does get a little unruly. Nonetheless, the right talents on an M4 like this with armor shredding capabilities might send this thing off to the top, so keep an eye out for this one, guys. Finally, our 182 weapon for the week is a black market AK, and as we all know, AKs are top of the line as far as ARs are concerned. Alright, first up for gear, we have a 204 Spec Ops chest piece for 550 Phoenix credits, 794 armor, which is on the low side, as well as its firearms, which is sub 600. Not too good for a 204. It is reckless, and for those out there with low health and high armor, reckless is still a viable option. It's 10% of your total health, so depending on what that is, you won't be taking in that much more damage for almost a 14% boost. Nonetheless, this has health on kill, damage to elites, and kill XP with support station health increase and a mod slot. Nothing too great here. Moving on to our next armor piece, we have a 204 Spec Ops glove for 440 credits. Again, sub 600 skill power, but the build really isn't all that bad on this piece. Cunning isn't a great talent, but it does have SMG damage with crit damage. On top of that, health on kill with smart cover damage increase. Not a bad one if you're trying to fill in a slot for a tech build, or at least until you can find something better. As for our gear sets, they're only 191, and honestly, I wouldn't waste my time with these unless you're looking to simply fill in a slot to unlock that fourth talent. They are all pretty crappy with low stats and attributes. They suck, so I wouldn't even go for it, guys. Unless you're a fresh level 30 or just trying out something new, they are both a skip. Alright, well, let's take a deeper look at these weapons, and starting out with the Historian. It's a 204 named M1A for 872 Phoenix credits. It has horrible headshot damage this week, and I think this is actually the smallest percentage we have yet seen at 143%. Typical M1A stats, but nothing to brag about. If you don't have a 204 M1A, I usually recommend to grab this one, but I would hold off just because this is so low. Better will be coming soon. Next up, we have another Tactical Vector, also at 204 for 819 Phoenix credits. Again, fantastic critical hit chance at a maxed out 25.5%. And before I forget, they have confirmed that all weapons pre-update 1.3 will stay as they are. So this means any SMG you currently have will stay critical hit chance. This also means that LMGs, shotguns, and ARs will also not have any of the new intrinsic abilities worked into them. Now, while this might be good for SMGs in the short term, this sucks for any beast weapon that you find right now and that are not in the SMG category. So with that said, SMGs with a high critical hit chance will definitely be the way to go early in the Underground update, until you can start building your critical hit damage build or start branching off to other weapons. With that said, this isn't a bad place to start right here. 11.1k damage at 750 rounds per minute with 20 in the mag unmodded. Decent accuracy, awesome reload speed, typical SMG range, and great stability. As for talents, we have deadly, critical hit damage increased by 27%. Then we have talented, killing a target increases skill power by 8.5% for almost 14 seconds, and it doesn't stack. Then finally, dominant rounds us off. Every kill performed while signature skill is active reduces cooldowns of other skills by 8.5%. All in all, guys, a pretty solid vector. Not a god roll, but pretty damn good. Finally, let's get to this lightweight M4. 204 gear score, and this thing will set you back a sweet 940 Phoenix credits. A little over 9,300 damage at 850 rounds per minute with 30 in the mag unmodded. Fantastic accuracy, good reload, great range, and decent stability. This thing will be a contender in 1.3. Talents aren't too bad. We have Vicious, critical hit chance increased by 13.5% while at full health, and then Determined, killing a target reduces skill cooldowns by 9%, and then finally Balanced. Weapon reaches max accuracy faster when shouldering. All in all, guys, another solid weapon here. Determined is another good talent like Skilled or Cool-Headed that doesn't get a lot of attention but definitely stacks up nicely and makes a huge difference in the long term. Alright, well, showing our 182 weapon a little love, it's also pretty good, just a shame that it's 182 and it comes with Fierce, Deadly, and Adept. This will also be one of the go-to ARs in 1.3. Alright guys, well, we're done over here, so let's hop into DZ3 and check out the weapons vendor over there. It's a pretty decent week all around, and some of you will be pretty happy with what he's selling. You guys ready to see it? Alright, well, let's jump in and take a look. Ready? Boom! Take a look at what's at the bottom. That's an exciting combination no matter who you are and how you play this game. Well, let's go ahead and get to it, guys. Our 182 weapon is a 1911 sidearm for 42,000 DZ dollars. A hard-hitting, accurate pistol. I really like these things a lot. Of course, it comes with Expert, and it's paired with Deadly. All in all, not too bad, but again, it's 182, and there are definitely better options out there. Next, let's take a look at our 204s, and first up we have the beautiful First Wave M1A. Both of these 204s are top-of-the-line weapons in their respective category. So this 204 M1A is a rank 80 beast and will set you back 102,500 DZ dollars. Headshot damage isn't all that great at 162%, but it's not garbage either. So depending on your firearm score, you will see a different damage rate for all these weapons. But for me, we have about 42,000 damage at 300 rounds per minute with 10 in the mag unmodded. Great accuracy, decent reload, great range, and good stability. The handling of the M1A is pretty well known. As for talent, this is where it gets a little help. First up, we have Brutal. Headshot damage increased by 24.5%. That is a huge increase. Next, we have Steady. Headshot kill a target removes 100% sway from the weapon for about 8 seconds. And then finally, we have Toxic. Headshots have a 13.5% chance to blind the target. Now, this isn't a god roll M1A, but it is far from garbage. If you're looking for a decent 204 M1A, get this one right here because you cannot beat that headshot damage combined with Brutal. Next up, let's take a look at our friend, a 204 First Wave Vector 45 ACP. 96,000 DZ dollars and also a rank of 80. Still a very respectable 24.5% critical hit chance built into an already great weapon. 11.4 thousand damage at 750 rounds per minute with 20 in the mag unmodded. Same stats as the other Vector though, with a little better stability it seems, and a slight damage increase. As for talents, we have Capable. Using a skill improves handling of your weapon for almost 14 seconds, which is a pretty decent talent to have on a Vector with very bouncy accuracy. Next, if you have high skill power, you can unlock Ferocious, 15% damage increase against named and elite enemies, and then finally, one of my favorite talents, Skilled. Headshot kills with this weapon increase signature skill resources by almost 12%. This talent doesn't get a lot of use, but it is actually pretty amazing, guys. If you find a weapon that has it unlocked, play around with it a little and see what happens. You will get your signature skill back 10 times faster, guaranteed. Skilled and Predatory are probably the best life-saving perks you can have on a weapon right now. Now, as far as blueprints, there's not much here except for the LVOA-C, which is another great assault rifle that people have been waiting to get their hands on. Good thing is that you can buy this right now and then build it after Tuesday, allowing for armor shred to be added onto it, and you can seriously jack up the rounds per minute on an M4 or a LVOA-C, surpassing 1,000 rounds per minute. And with that many bullets flying down range, ignoring a bunch of armor, this will make for one hell of a weapon. Alright, but that's it, agents. I am definitely looking forward to all these new changes and seeing how they play out long term. If you were to ask me if all these nerfs upset me, no, they really don't, guys. Everyone is subject to these changes, so we're all at equal footing. And besides, y'all, this is a game. It's about having fun and passing the time. Don't get so caught up in a game that you end up missing the entire point of gaming altogether, and that is to have fun with a group of friends. Now, do I think some of these changes were needed? No, not all of them, but it is handed out equally to everyone, so it's not like there's an advantage here. Alright guys, but that rounds it out for this video and for this evening. As always, I could not do this without you guys. Thank you all so much for watching and for giving this smaller YouTuber a chance to play a part in your gaming lives. Don't forget guys, Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, US, the Division Special Report will be live on Twitch. I'm sure we're going to get to see gameplay of the new incursion, new weapons, and hopefully they will have a few more surprises in store for us. If you can't make it, don't worry y'all, I will have your back with the entire stream uploaded onto my channel so you can watch it when you get home. And of course, if you don't feel like watching an hour-long stream, I'll have my own 10-minute roundup right after. So look forward to that, and for Tuesday guys, just a few more days and I cannot wait to get my hands on some new content. As always, if you want to stay up to date on everything, The Division or Destiny Rise of Iron, follow me on Twitter at SlyNation. It is the best place to find out everything you need to know about gaming updates or new uploads from my channel. Well, I'm out guys, have a great weekend and I will see you all very soon. But until then, this is your boy Sly. Done, gone, out.
Ammo inbound. Zone B secure.